Yo, what's up, guys? You got Pokey. I'm here with episode 1 of the UU Road to Top 10. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this year. I was actually planning on starting it in January, just because I kind of wanted to focus on Let's Go. But I realized that I'm getting pretty upset in the Road to Rank 1 in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon OU. So, and like, I deviated from the formula that I've been following since XY. Basically, or even ORAS. Basically, whenever I do OU and I'm just getting tilted or whatever, I start UU and then I go back to OU and I kill it. That's just what I've been doing, right? I take a little step back, take a breather, play UU, find my bearings, get back to OU and do well. That's what I've been doing, but I tried to just ignore that and just plow right through OU, and whether it's playing poorly or playing well and then getting a little bit unlucky, whatever it is, I think that it's just in my best interest to take a little step back from the Road to Rank 1. So that will be completed, don't worry. However, for right now, we will be taking a little bit of a break and doing the Road to Top 10 in UU. Obviously alongside Let's Go content, which will be coming, I'm assuming this is going to go up Wednesday, if my plans go right. So Let's Go content will obviously start happening on Friday, but don't worry, I know there's like a select group of people that do not care for Let's Go. That's fine. I still have Showdown content every day. Just Let's Go is going to be my main focus for a bit, but we'll definitely have some competitive content, and this is one of them. So anyway, if you're excited for the Road to Top 10 in UU, feel free to leave a like. I'd love it if we could get 1,000. I mean, it's the first episode, so if we can get 2,000 likes, that'd be great. And then the rest, 1,000 would be cool. But I'd be very happy with that. And if you guys didn't know, UU is my favorite tier this generation. I hope to play it in SPL, though I wouldn't mind playing RU or even getting more into NU, since I've kind of been like, when it comes to NU this gen. I don't know what it is, but or even Ubers, to be honest. I don't think I want to play OU in SPL, though. Assuming anybody picks me up, by the way. And if you do pick me up, please make me be cheap, because I would like to play with my friends. Anyway, going off on this, we're going to be using this team that my boy Adam passed me a while back, but I really like it, and it has everything that I love for the low ladder. Basically, spikes and a Sharpedo, okay? It is one of the most effective playstyles, I feel. Hyper offense. We got Spikes Frostlass, which also doubles as a spinner. Another spinner. We have Como with Stealth Rock. The Clanger, as a lot of the UU tier calls them, with Taunt, Close Combat, Clanging Scales, and Stealth Rock. It's mixed with Taunt. Taunt is really, really, really nice. Just stopping recovery and whatnot. Bisharp, Adamant, Life Orb, Swords Dance, abusing the spikes. Sharpedo abusing the spikes. We have Earthquake. And then Lottie. I don't know why I just did that intro, because I'm actually going to be doing a little team preview thing and I completely forgot. So ignore all of that and I'll go a little bit more in depth with the team preview. So wow, I completely forgot I'll be doing that. It's because it's been a minute since I've done this, at least for a different tier. So while I'm so used to it for OU, it just feels weird. But let's get right into the team preview and then let's get into the actual battles. Alright, so the first member of the team is Frostlass. Frostlass is our Focus Sash lead spiker. The objection of this Pokemon is to basically just get up as many hazards as possible, and by also being part Ghost, working as a spin blocker. We have Taunt to stop our opponent from either setting up, whether Stealth Rock or themselves going for setup moves. Icy Wind is really nice because not only does it hit dragon types for super effective damage like Hydreigon and Latias, but it also lowers the speed of my opponent. So if my opponent, for example, leads off with a Mega Manectric and they Volt Switch out into like a Crobat, for example, that way they can Brave Bird and then hit me with a Defog if necessary. Icy Wind in the switch means that my Frostlass would be faster than Crobat, allowing me to taunt it and keeping up my spikes. That's just a really, niche scenario, but stuff like that does happen. And then Will-O-Wisp is the final move. This can also be Destiny Bond if you'd like to try that, but I like Will-O-Wisp a lot because it allows Frostlass to not be completely useless in the face of Scizor, Bisharp, Mega Aggron, basically physical attackers. While spikes are great for the team as a whole, and that's why we're running max speed to basically optimize or give us the biggest chance of getting up as many spikes as possible. Will-O-Wisp is just so good because weakening a a Scizor for this team is fantastic. The next member of the team we do have is Adamant Life for Bisharp. Bisharp very much appreciates spike support, and with Swords Dance it hits incredibly hard. It's also a defog deterrent, because if you go for defog, if your opponent goes for defog, I mean, and we're laying up hazards, right? So chances are they will. We'll get our attack raise from that because of Defiance. So Swords Dance knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Iron Head. It's pretty standard. I like Adamant just for the additional power, especially when you have spikes and whatnot. Adamant Bisharp hits so hard. Like, Adamant is the difference between a KO on Terrakion after a few layers of spike and Stealth Rock versus Jolly. Of course, though, that does mean that you'd have to get up hazards and go for SD, and your opponent would have to defog. But again, while you're using this to basically work as a sweeper and also abuse the fact that your opponent will be going for defog. It's also really nice. I like it on the team as well for Pokemon like Klefki, for instance, because Klefki can't Thunder Wave, Klefki can't defog in the face of Bisharp, mainly because it's a dark type, and obviously Prankster moves do not work on dark type mode. So I like it like that because it's an initial Thunder Wave switching. It also doesn't have to fear Play Rough. Como is the next member of the squad, and Como is our Stealth Rocker. It is also our way of stopping Bisharp from beating us down, as well as stopping Crawdaunt from being too much of a problem. So we're Stealth Rock, Taunt, Close Combat, and Clanging Scales. It also works as a mixed wall breaker, because with Taunt and Clanging Scales, especially with Dragonium Z, we can break through Pokemon such as Amoonguss and Alomola, preventing them from either toxing us or sporing us, as well as Close Combat allowing us to hit Pokemon like Blissey and Steel types in general. Max speed, that way at worst we speed type with opposing Como, and again our Z is just a nuke. So the idea is get up hazards with your Stealth Rock, Taunt to prevent your opponent from defogging, to prevent your opponent from going for status moves, to prevent your opponent from recovering, and just hit them hard with your dual stab. Bulletproof is the preferred option because the team actually doesn't like Gengar too much, so Shadow Ball is really nice to have an immunity to. It's also nice for Gyro Ball as well from Pokemon like Stakataka, which could be a little bit problematic, not the most problematic to the team, but good for that in general, just blocking Gyro Ball from that Pokemon. Also blocking Sludge Bomb from Gengar, Focus Blast, switching, all that. Though Gengar should be running Sludge Wave if anything, but just, you know, some things to note. It's also a nice, it works well with Bisharp, because Bisharp is a nice resist, obviously, not the best ice resist, but Como also has some beautiful resistances, Fire being one of them, which obviously threatens Bisharp. Doublade is the next member of the squad. It's another Pokemon that just takes advantage of the hazards that both Como and Frostlass set up. It's the Violet user. It is our Terrakion answer, because Terrakion can otherwise just click Close Combat versus his team and pretty much 2-hit KO everything on it besides Latias. So Doublade is a Steel Ghost type that doesn't care about Terrakion's dual stab. We have Swords Dance, Gyro Ball, Sacred Sword, and Shadow Sneak. Gyro Ball with the Brave Nature hits incredibly hard, honestly, because this thing is so slow and also has such a base 110 attack investment. 88 Speed Def allows us to better take on Lottie, as well as moves we would otherwise resist. With a Violet, we get incredibly bulky, and Sacred Sword allows us to hit opposing Steel types, and Shadow Sneak is really nice, as well as Hydreigon, and Shadow Sneak is really nice just for picking off Pokemon that are faster, like Latias, for instance, after +2 and a little bit of chip damage on Latias, and also in general more frail Pokemon like Infernape, maybe Nihilego, things like that. Also being a nice Nihilego switching on the team because it doesn't really care too much about that. Sacred Sword is, like I said, really good for Hydreigon, but also a few other Pokemon that does hit. Crocodile, Bisharp, obviously, Cobalion. So just like I said, Steel types in general. This can also be a really nice Scizor switching on the team, especially if it is Bandit Scizor. Bandit Scizor actually can click Bullet Punch and can 2-hit KO the majority of the squad, despite a lot of resistances. So Doublade is one of the answers to that. Unless Scizor packs knockoff, Doublade beats it 1v1. And even then, Doublade can beat it 1v1 if it has a Swords and it's over it. Mega Sharpedo, one of my favorite sweepers in the tier, and or cleaner, I guess, is the more appropriate one, because it doesn't really sweep because it's not setting up and going, but it's more so abusing its ability and then just hitting hard because of its other ability. So basically, Speed Boost prior to Mega Evolving is what you're going to want, because this will allow you to effectively make Sharpedo a giant threat. We're Jolly Nature because a Jolly +1 Sharpedo is faster than a Scarf Hydreigon. It's faster than everything basically below that. So base 100s and below. Sharpedo is base 105, so it's faster than all that. We have Ice Fang, Crunch, and Earthquake. Now, typically, I like Ice Fang, Crunch, and Psychic Fangs. I actually don't think Water Stab is necessary in the tier, but Earthquake is really nice, especially in a Bisharp-driven meta, because it allows us to hit Bisharp, allows us to hit Zeraora, which is also in the tier, allows us to hit Cobalion as well as Empoleon harder. So it really, I feel like on spikes, you want to use Earthquake on Sharpedo. I wasn't with it at first, but eventually, you know, I figured it out. Adam's team is really nice, so I like it. And Protect is just there to guarantee you get that speed boost on Sharpedo. But yeah, this Pokemon really appreciates Spike support, and it's so easy to clean up with this mod, I feel, especially with all the Pokemon on the team before it, just wearing everything down. Last but not least, we have a Fighting Resist in Latias. We have a Fighting Immunity in Doublade, a Fighting Resist in Latias. We have a Ground Immunity. We're not running Defog on this Lati, though, because obviously that would defeat the purpose of having spikes and stealth rocks, basically hazard stacking our opponents. So it is a choice Scarf Latias because it does give us speed control, again allowing us to be faster than the Scarfers in the tier. Hydreigon, Crocodile, everything below Nihilego. And then we have Draco Meteor, which is our main stat. We're going to drop some Dracos. We have Psychic. Psychic allows us to hit Fairy types as well as Fighting types. Thunderbolt, well, Fighting types are super effective, Fairy types for neutral. Thunderbolt is cool because it actually gives us a way of hitting Pokemon like Mantine, which could defog and be annoying. Primarina, so water types in general, and Empoleon as well. But also doing neutral on steel can be really useful in a late game scenario where it's like potentially maybe like a bulky water plus a min. Scizor in a point where it can lift Psychic, but it can't lift Thunderbolt. But the main purpose of this Latias, besides the speed control with the Choice Scarf, is the Healing Wish, because we are running offense. Our Pokemon, especially Life Orb, Bisharp, Como, they're prone to being worn down. So Healing Wish is really nice because it gives them a second chance. It also allows us to play semi-recklessly with certain Pokemon, allowing us just to bring them back. But that is the team for today's episode. Let us get right into the battles. So I did a few games with this team to warm up. Not on this account, actually. But just a few on my test alts. And yep, I pretty much play it like it was back then. But my opponent has such an odd team, I feel. It's incredibly Bisharp weak, like incredibly Bisharp weak. I get setup opportunities on Muck, on the Keys, on Blissey. Are you the streamer? I guess that's part of what I am. I'll just say yeah. I mean, I would consider myself a YouTuber first, but I do stream. You're not wrong. As far as winning goes, Sharpedo wins. Doublade wins. Bisharp wins. Honestly, I just spike stack enough and one of them wins. Like, Doublade probably the easiest one. I've watched it a couple of times. I liked it. I'm glad you enjoyed, man. It makes me happy to hear. That's why I want to stream. Y'all should follow me on Twitch, by the way. Everybody watching. But yeah, Doublade it goes in. Setup opportunities on Blissey to just +6 and smack everything, man. Doublade's actually going to be key because Altaria can otherwise beat me down. So, do I want to Spike first or do I want to Clanger first? I actually like Spikes a lot in this game. As far as his defoggers go, Klefki as well as, I'm going to tell him, but Klefki as well as Altaria could be a defogger. Ideally, he doesn't have it, though he does at Beedrill. We'll Spike up here, though, as he goes for Play Rough. And I automatically get the Purse Body, which is incredible, too, because this means that I can do one of two things. First off, probably can't touch me at all. He's more than likely going to have to switch. I'm going to Willow here. I'm faster than Blissey still, which is great. I could also go Bisharp for free because as far as his switchings go, he doesn't really... Maybe Muck. But if I burn Muck, that's just fantastic for me too. Actually, I'm going to go Como because I feel like Gengar I don't care about at all. You can't Shadow Ball me. And I can get up my Stealth Rock. I thought Blissey would be another option. Because you could get up his rocks too, or he could get up his rocks rather, not you. You the viewer, probably couldn't get up his rocks. He actually has Sludge Bomb over. He actually has Sludge Bomb over the Sludge Wave, so that's fantastic too. No Dazzling Gleam either, which I kind of expected. But I'll Taunt. Taunt basically deals with potentially Klefki coming in, or Altaria if it wants to try and defog. But I think Altaria is a little bit of a misplay if my opponent opts to go hard Altaria. So what I can do now is just sack my Frostlash. By taunting, I did expect Keys to come out. Like I said, I prevented from doing anything besides Play Roughing me, and you should be faster than me by like 2 points, I think. Yes. And now we go in with Bisharp. Now, here's the part where we win. Like, that's what happens. You can't Thunderwave me. I'm a dark type. Sorry, sir. Hit that boy up with a +2. And again, this is the part where Bisharp just goes in. It doesn't care. I click Iron Head. I claim a KO. No steel resist on his team. So, again, this is just the part where, I mean, if I was an SD Scizor, I could do this a lot easier. Yeah, dark types aren't, or are immune, rather, to Prankster moves. I guess I could randomly click Knockoff, not that it makes a difference. Actually, Iron Head hits his team harder. I'll click Knockoff. I don't want him to randomly go Gengar. I think that's a poor play, but... And it gets disabled, basically, and then I allow Atari to set up. It's kind of dumb. I mean, it's been like that for a couple of years now. It would be okay if the priority wasn't a thing. It's more so because of... There you go. Okay, so this dies. This is an Adamant Life Orb Bisharp. Yeah, that's dead. Muck going down also frees up. I guess the Blade even more, though Muck isn't really a counter to it. Yeah, I mean, the Blade wins at this point if Bisharp doesn't already. I don't care what he does. Destiny Bond all you want, dude. I'm a Sucker Punch. Curse Body? Nope. I like how I get it, but he doesn't. Yeah, there's no way I lose this at this point. I just attack what's in front of me, no matter what. Even if it's SD Beedrill, I don't care. You can get +6. I got Scarf Lottie. Yeah, this is a threat potentially. I'm going to click Iron Head on this. He should be faster than me unless he's the defensive set. I guess he could be. Little Crawdaunt weak. I think he tried to outplay a Sucker Punch there, but like I said, attacking what's in front of me is the best way to win this game. That's just actually the best way to win. I love Bisharp, man. This mon is nasty. I mean, obviously, like I said, this is my first game on this account on the ladder, so it's to be expected. Oh, this Blissey about to get blown away. Let me knock this boy off. What item you holding, bro? Leftovers? Let me take that apple from you. I'm gonna type GG, and then move the hell on. So let's go and look for another battle. What's up, bro? Ooh, very similar teams in my opponents. Very Bisharp weak. Sorry for the easy match. I'm kind of competitive. Don't worry. We all start somewhere. GG. Anyway. Don't worry, dude. So. Let's take a look at this. Yo, this mon gets a kill. Why does this mon get a kill? That's fantastic. Get up spikes with Frost Slash. Pressure him with Taunt, Coma O. Win with Shark. Actually. Win with Shark, win with the Blade. Like, this is the type of team. Shark in particular, just because it has Earthquake. Weaken Infernape, so that way Bisharp can win. All those are things that are going through my mind right now. We just have to play. The fact that we have Spikes offense just makes it so much easier. I love these type of teams. I love these type of teams. Woo! We're going to get on my Spike real quick. I ain't even worried about no Lottie. Bro, you can start commenting up. I'm an Icy Win you and make my Bisharp come in. So we get up a Spike, pressure him, open up that door for Bisharp, right? If he does actually comment up instead of going for Scarf. First off, if you Scarf, I got Curse Body right there. Secondly, Infernape is barely, it better be a slack off Infernape because it is barely a counter to Bisharp. It's more of a check, if anything. That's an odd play. I don't risk Bisharp here. Okay, it wasn't even Scarf. Yeah. Had I risked Bisharp there, that would be a bad play. So I make the completely safe and sensible play right here of going Bisharp now and clicking Sucker Punch. We don't risk anything. He goes Empoleon. I will live a Scald, even if he burns me, and I can Healing Wish this mon back, which is relatively easy, so I'm actually going to go for SD now. If he does opt to defog, I might just mess him up, because I'm pretty positive that Infernape dies, and the only thing I have to risk, and especially because it's not Scarf Lottie, I'm pretty sure that's Scarf Ape. which means he more than likely does not have Mach Punch. And I'm going... Okay, so I can win this game even if I risk that because Sharpedo literally wins the game. But I want to break this down real quick. Because of my Speed tie win, on turn 2, we know Latias was not Scarf. Celebi does not run Scarf. In fact, looking at his team and Lottie probably being Soul Doom maybe because that Psychic did a lot, I'm pretty sure it's Z Celebi. He doesn't really have speed control. Maybe Celebi could have Thunder Wave, but I feel like that doesn't fit with his nature of team, especially when he has Beedrill plus Infernape. I think this is Scarf Infernape. I'm gonna click Sucker Punch right now, and it's gonna die. That's just me breaking that down. Doesn't always work. Probably shouldn't have risked that, but I mean, that's a common thing, man. Also, I think Scarf Ape is the worst ape set. I honestly think Bandit or Life Orb or Nasty Plot is easily its best set right now, but like Life Orb Slack Off is fantastic. But once again, Bisharp just doesn't care. And that's another win. Okay, cool. So good start, good start. I mean, again, low on the ladder, but we did use some knowledge to break that down, which is good. Hope you guys can... It's sometimes hard to take into... What is this team? That's another Bisharp weak team. Actually, Alomomola is very, very scowy. Defogger can be Rotom or Altaria. I think Altaria would be Heal Belt support for the team, so maybe Rotom. I'm gonna go Frost last. Winning this game, Como pressures him very, very, very much. I really like clicking Will-O-Wisp right now. While he does have access to Heal Bell, I'm pretty sure this is Assault Vest. They're usually all Assault Vest now. Again, having access to Heal Bell is annoying, but if he goes Blissey, I taunt it. He should go Rotom or Muck. Those are the two that actually stop Frostlass from doing what it wants to do. Rotom is a good one. Get up a spike here. I did not expect Scarf, especially on his build. So that was a misplay on my part, and I got rewarded from it. My bad, bro. Especially because I'm taking full advantage of this now. I'm not going to stay in, man. I'm going to go Como. So the fact that it's Scarf Rotom, what I thought it would be is a common defog set, but the fact that it's Scarf Rotom is incredible for me. I think rocks are free because I don't think you'd go hard Altaria on a Como. You'd probably go Alomomola, yep, and we can taunt you and then just start throwing off some clangs. Gale, we don't care. Hit that boy up with a nice little clang. Ooh, that's some good damage. It's called my burn. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna click close combat here because Blissey might be your #1 switch. Oh, this poor Blissey just got blown away. Good B. And Clanging Scales is fine because it hits everything. Especially Altaria prior to Mega Evolving. So if he does go Altaria, I will hit him with the taunt because I do not want him defogging. Even though this mon is incredible versus his team, I feel like Bisharp can win too. And I don't want him Heal Belling either. So defogging or Heal Belling. So I'm pretty sure this is a support set based on his build. He could be an SD set, I mean a Dragon set, excuse me. Which he turns out he was. However, he can still be Dragon Dance Heal Bell. So we sacked Frost last year. Fantastic, because I'm going to be able to get up another layer of Spike. I don't think you stay in. As he goes Mienshao. Great. He's giving me even more layers. I love it. I love it. I'm going to go for another layer real quick. Hidden Power. Oh boy. I think it's time. Is it? What's today's date? The 14th? Is it Shark Week? I think Shark just wins is what I'm sorry, I'm lame. I'm just having a little fun because it's nighttime. But basically, Shark. Ooh. Does that kill me through burn and protect? No, thankfully not. Just realized, by the way, I'm not Psychic Fang, so I might have messed up with my Shark. I can very easily still win with Lottie though. But I might have just messed up with my Shark. Ice Fang is, I believe, stronger than Earthquake, I want to say? Maybe it's not. What, Strong Dog boost? No. I think Earthquake is still. Wow, he wasn't... This guy is, like, not using the set that's been running around. Okay, yeah, that's not the right ability. It should be Strong Jaw. Earthquake should be stronger, right? Yeah, Earthquake is just barely stronger. And he is in range. So, Mega Evolve, click that Earthquake there. This should knock out Mienshao. Great. And this should also be able to deal with literally everything because Alomomola has to come in and then switch out just to get back its health. So he has to come in, switch out to something. Nope, doesn't even do it. So I knocked that out. I told you Shark would go to work in here. Even if this Altaria actually dodges an Ice Fang, which shouldn't matter because I do have the blade in the back. So missing that overheat initially was so bad for my opponent because it allowed me to get up all my hazards. But I mean, I wasn't going to give him an opening, you know? So, again, it's a good start. To this, another... Ooh, I love my opponent's team. Toxicroak, I feel, is so underrated. It's a great check to Bisharp. And then he's using other Pokemon you don't see as much. Again, I think Manectric is a little bit bad right now just because of the this Mon, but fantastic team. Sharpedo has to be my way of winning, but I have to be careful if it's Vacuum Wave, Toxicroak. Ideally, it's Drain Punch, so I think the Drain Punch set is a little bit better. But that doesn't mean he has to, you know, go to what's popular and whatnot. Spike him up, taunt Como, stopping Swampert, excuse me, and pressuring his Infernape. Potentially double defoggers here in Hydreigon or Klefki. I feel like Klefki, because it's touching the ground, you're more pressured to have Hydreigon as a defogger. However, it could be Scarf Hydreigon, Z Toxicroak, or Z Infernape. And likewise, it could also be Z Hydreigon. So I actually have to see a few sets before I figure out what exactly he is. But as far as game plan goes, I think Shark is the best way of winning. You literally need, well, I'm Jolly Shark, right? I like Adamant Shark, but you need 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins on Hydreigon to knock it out with Ice Fang. Earthquake, 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 Crunch. Of course, as we start, I'm going to taunt this Swampert. Actually, do I care about rocks? Nah, he can get up rocks. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp him. Swampert being burnt means that Como takes less, Bisharp takes less, etc. And I don't want him going for Earthquake, anticipating me to go for the taunt. So actually, I think that burning Swampert, stopping its leftovers, is a lot better for me. Especially if he does end up having Defog. Because one Spike could be the end of the game for him. Because Bisharp is so good versus almost everything. Wow. Good start. Get up a Spike now because I don't want him going ape and me losing something from it. And we'll Willow. Nice disable. Hit that boy up with a taunt. A Spike as he goes Keys. Hit you with a taunt too. That way we limit you to whatever you want to go for. Maybe I'll hit him with a little present as well. Nice Cursed Body. That'd be great because then I just go out into Infernape and don't care. This boy wants a Spike stack with me, but he's playing with the wrong person because look how good Sharpedo is, man. Get him my Young Rocks. Oof, that's some big damage. That is some big damage. I don't even care if he switches. Go ahead and give me this Swampert. Nice. So if he actually does opt to defog, he loses, obviously, his rocks. I do too, but the keys come out. We're going to taunt these bad boys. That way they can only attack. And assuming he has Play Rough, what should we do here? I'm going to keep Como around just because it can be a useful sack later for potentially getting up rocks as well. I think going hard Bisharp is fine too. I have Healing Wish. And if he gets the attack drop with Play Rough, which is part of the reason why I wanted to make this play. Like, that was lucky. But I'm really feeling Shark right now. Like, I'm really feeling Shark. I just need Hydreigon to come out and take a hit. I cannot lose if I go for Sucker Punch here. And he's Vacuum Wave, so that's fine. Like I said, I don't think I can lose if I go for that because Lottie gets a kill every single time. That was also why getting rid of Klefki was incredible for me. I'm going to actually click Psychic over clicking Draco as even though Toxicroak is not a threat when it sets up, I don't want it coming out. No, he actually goes Hydreigon, which is an incredible play. A little bit aggressive, but very nice. I'm assuming he's going to try and drop a Draco. Look at the blade, though. Oh my gosh, it's so good now. It is absolutely fantastic versus this guy. Croak wins too. I just Gyro Ball there and I claim a KO. And he gives me the Infernape. And now I got the chip damage that I need on Hydreigon with this next Shadow Sneak to guarantee put it in range of Ice Fang. So that should be it. So that guarantees the damage I need for Ice Fang. Even if he gets the -1, which he will be able to get, obviously, with the Manectric as he goes Toxicroak. Also, Draco wins, provided it connects, but... I don't want him to Z. But it wouldn't be all out pummeling, it'd be... You guys think he's Vacuum Wave? I'm gonna go for Protect here. It's Drain Punch, okay, yeah. That's what I thought. It could be Drain Punch if anything. I'm gonna go for a regular Earthquake, actually, because I can still win this in the late game by protecting. I can run some calcs is what I'm trying to do, because I don't want him to beat me by me missing. I mean, I guess either way, it would come down to me missing, right? Which I don't. Nice. Hydreigon's gone, and then I can click Psychic. So I was just trying to keep as many options around, because like if he did have Vacuum Wave, I would actually switch out into my Lottie there, as he'd be pretty much no drawback. And then Draco, and then win with Sharpedo in the end. Oh no, there's a few ways I could have cleaned up that game. I knew that Lottie was great if I prioritized getting rid of Key too. But Bisharp also could have been used differently as well. Mono Dragon versus Frostlass. Get my spike up. This spike's staying here all game. The Blade walls everything. Oh, it's you. Oh no, it's you, Squigability. Yo, why does the Blade actually walls everything, which is fantastic. Bisharp isn't as good as I would want it to be, and I don't want him defogging. Yo, he gave me a Choice Scarf Ice type versus Mono Dragon. That'll be... Ooh. I literally only need Bisharp now to get rid of your... What's the point? I'm gonna get it up again. What is actually the point? No. Altaria, if it sets up, it's not really an issue, because I have the Blade. If it's a fire move, Altaria, I probably lost anyway, so I'm going to go hard to Blade. Ooh, it is a fire move, Altaria, but I'll live one. I will for sure live one, and Gyro Ball is my play, so... Why do you have to be Trick Scarf Lottie? Just Gyro Ball you? You can't miss Fire Blast, by the way, dude. I have no guard. He has Como, though, which is annoying. Ends up going Kyurem, which is going to take a hefty chunk. And by that, I mean 100%. Whoa. Haxorus is going to come out. I don't see a reason to not go out into my my Latios right now. As if he Dragon Dances up, I can hit that boy up with a Draco. You Sash, dude? Okay, first off, he was Sash. Secondly, I was a Ghost type. Huh? I was a Ghost type. What did that boy expect? Where are you going? Get up rocks. Shark wins too. The Blade. Yeah, Sack Shark. Sack Sharp. Oh, fantastic. I get an Iron Head off, which hits his team harder than anything else. Ideally, he just goes Altaria, but I get an Iron Head off. I wouldn't mind him Dracoing because it means I get up my rocks to break Lottie's Sash. Lottie's Sash might actually be a problem. I also think that if I get up these rocks, I don't know why he's not knocking me out, but I break Lottie's Sash. I knock out. Does he not have Draco? I knock him out. I taunt Altaria because ideally he knocked me out there. I go Shark. I get my speed boost. I weaken Altaria. That way I don't have to worry about that for later. just goes Altaria and stuff now. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you defog me or whatever. You know what's funny? If I was soundproof, I walled you. But we taught him so he can't potentially defog this too. Yeah, bro, sorry. No. I'm about to fight your Sash dragons. Do 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 do. Close combat ensures probably Ice Fan KOs this. Alright, dude. Draco. Cool. Got the Shark. I can protect. I'm assuming the Como might actually be Sash and not Z-move. I actually hope he goes Altaria because I would very much like to hit you with an attack. Lottie dies to +2 to Blade. I mean, I think that SD to Blade wins either way. I also think that I can win with the game with a Froslass. So there's Altaria. The thing is, the Como is annoying depending on its ability. That did so much. We can just follow it up with an Earthquake and knock him out and not have to worry. Yeah, depending on the Como's ability, it could be annoying, but I mean, at this point, I already broke Lottie's Sash, and I get off Ice Fang damage that I need on Como. You Drain Puncher? He's Sash, right? Like, why else would you prioritize going for a defog? I froze him. I don't think you won, dude, because I had to Scarf Froslass to click Icy Wind and to Blade to Shadow Sneak. But my bad, dude. That freezes. Yeah. Sorry about that. GG. I don't know if that actually put him in position to win. I could be wrong, I guess. Maybe if it was like a Flamethrower variant. Alright, cool. Let us keep going. Only been about 25 minutes. We can get a couple more battles, hopefully. Ooh, Azelf lead. Scizor is annoying. Little bit. I love Como's ability to break through. Doesn't care about Manectric, doesn't care about Crawdaunt. Honestly, Como is going to be key in this. Bisharp is also fantastic, just with Sucker Punch and whatnot. I got to be careful not to lose to that Scizor, though. Froslass is a great lead. He actually ends up leading off of Manectric, so that'll give me a Spike, which I'm good with. Yeah, I'm very good with a Spike. I don't care if he goes for Flamethrower. That just means I get to go out to my Como. As he goes for Overheat. Probably going to go for Volt Switch from here. Do I need this Mon alive in any way, shape, or form? No. I got my Spike up. If he defogs, so be it, but I feel like defog is weird on this build considering you have an Azelf, and Azelf is typically Focus Sash lead. I'm actually also happy that he opted to go for the Mega immediately because that means Bisharp gets to come out. So I'm a Sucker Punch. We don't risk Gigavolt Havoc. He doesn't switch in very well to Bisharp anyway. Apparently that was just switching to Bisharp. Sharpedo is fantastic in the late game. Just need a little damage on Crawdaunt. This will die. This is dead. I don't know why this was even in front of me. This is dead. Obviously, he can go out to Crawdaunt, which I don't mind too much. Manectric will die to Sucker Punch as well. That's such an odd one because, dude, that's dead. You can't even pivot around. You just gave me an attack rose and took Spike. So if you pivot, you die. Goodbye. Goodbye. So that's awesome for the Blade. So now the Blade is opened up too. Though obviously the Crawdaunt is annoying. However, we'll just go right out to Como and just click our Z move and not care. No reason to not click the Z move. Not only will it deal with Crawdaunt guaranteed, but it also hits Lottie if he predicts close combat, and also hits Azelf and things like that. So I don't mind getting up my rocks, as basically I'm like 100% sure that was lead Azelf, and I'm pretty sure this is SD Scizor. So I'll taunt it so he can't SD. Hit that boy up with a close combat, and now I've won the game with the Blade. I mean, the game was won with the Blade once Manectric died, but I guess also Bisharp did it. Firefox? What's up? You down, bro? What happened? Boy dipped. How many flames have you played? My God, I've used this for so much. That's 6 games. That's 6 wins. That's a good way to. I think that's a good episode or a good way to start it. Just a relatively short episode, but sweet in my opinion. Who put in the most work? I mean, obviously Bisharp put in a ridiculous amount of work, but I love Como. I can't wait to use it more. I'll definitely be using it more on the upper part of the ladder, but I don't think this guy's coming back, and I also don't think he could win from this point as well. So if you want me to break it down, I will. At that point, he's either forced to bullet punch me, revealing he's either Life Orb or Iron Plate. If he's Life Orb, then he just put himself in range already of my Doublade. Either way, I live a bullet punch. I go for close combat. I do about 40-50%, probably 50 something percent, consider he's offensive Scizor. And then I get to bring out my Doublade right after. If he's Life Orb and has knockoff, it doesn't do enough to put me in range of bullet punch. After I SD, I knock out Azelf and I knock out Latias or Shadow Sneak, and it's a good game. So how my opponent could have played it a little bit differently was not sacking Nihilego, not sacking Manectric, and he would have to go Crawdon immediately on my Bisharp, scare me out, force me into Como, but actually double into Azelf just to get up rocks at least. We trade rocks there. I would not fear like a Psychic because that's super rare. Or even Lottie just to threaten me from there. But yeah, just allowing me to get up a spike pretty big. Also just not reacting properly or responding properly to Bisharp. Like he sacked Nihilego, which wasn't a big deal. Honestly, it wasn't necessary for his win. My entire team either deals with it, resists, or doesn't care about that mon. But I don't know, I feel like this game could have played a little bit differently. I feel like you try and pressure me as much as you can with Crawdon, because my answer is one Pokemon. But then again, when you take too much life or recoil, and I also have a Scarf Lottie to hit Thunderbolt as well, which could happen late game. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have a win con either way. But yeah, without further ado, let's end this video. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Of course, if you did, feel free to leave a like. Like I said, if we can get 2,000 likes for the first episode of the road to top 10 in UU, I would very much appreciate that. Fret not, the road to rank 1 in OU will return. Don't worry, I do this all the time. Gives me a little break, lets me recharge, lets me get better. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy it. I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye, my friends.